Hello everyone, this is FIDE Master Niranjan Navalgund for Chess Gyaan, and today I'm going to talk about a very important topic in chess, which is check. A check is a condition in chess where a king is under a threat. In this position it is white to move, and you can see if you play queen f3, that's a check, it attacks the king. If you play queen g2, that is also a check. If you play queen a3, that's also a check, and if you play queen g8, that is also a check. So now that you know what is check, let's go on and figure out how many checks are possible in this position. That's the task. You can consider pausing the video here and see how many checks white can give in this position. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answer. If your answer is 6, it is right. Rook b4 and rook e6 make 2, knight d5 and knight d7 4, and then bishop f2, bishop c7, then that's 6. Out of this, the checks that I've mentioned, only bishop c7 is a check, which is not so great because the king can just capture the bishop. Let's go on to the next position. Again, your task is very simple. Just come up with the number of checks possible in this position. It is white to move, and let's start. Knight c7 and knight f6, 2 checks. Bishop b5 and bishop h5, 2 plus 2 is 4 here. And then rook e3 and rook h8, 4 plus 2 6. And now the queen can give more than 2 checks. Queen is a very powerful piece. Queen a8, queen h8, queen e5, and then queen a4. That makes it 10. So if your answer is 10, that's correct. So let's go on to the next one. In this position, it's important that we compare. There are 2 checks possible in this position, knight d6 and knight b6, and only one of them leads to a mate. So if you play knight d6 check, the rook can capture the knight. But if you play knight to b6, it's not only a check, it's checkmate. That means the king has no square to move to, and the game is over here. So after you start noticing checks, it's important to determine which check is effective. Let's go to the next position, and here it is white to move. Again, you can see there are 2 ways to give a check, and which is better? That's the question. Do you want to play rook d1 or do you want to play rook h5? And in this position, if you play rook h5, the king moves and then you can take the knight. But if you give this check, you can win the queen thanks to the x-ray attack. You go king c6 and then you pick the queen. So picking the queen is important here. I hope you liked this little presentation. I hope you liked this series on checks. I'll be back with another one. Until then, take care.